Some of you may have been getting comments on your papers that you need to get out of first or second person, or you've just heard me talk about that in class and not really know what it is. So today I'm going to show you. So the first thing we need to know is first person is when you are talking about yourself. So I, me, my, and second person is when you're talking about other people. So you or your. So I'm going to give you a list of those words. And these words are great when you're writing like a personal narrative. But it does not work very well when you are writing academically, so either an informative essay or a persuasive or argumentative. So the words that you're not allowed to use, first person, I, me, my, and then we also need to think of like the collective we, our, and us. Then for second person, you're not allowed to use you, your, other your, yours. Some of the words that you can use to replace those are just talking about the specific person. So maybe you're talking about education, you want to talk about educators, or maybe you're talking about medicine, you need to talk about doctors. So you can use any words like that, or they, them, their, people, citizens of the United States. There's a lot of different options. So let's go over those. If you need to go ahead and write these down, that would be a great idea. I'm going to get my cursor halo going. Okay. So we're looking at this essay, and by no means this is a good example of an essay. I actually took it from a 7th grade text. This is what they're hoping 7th graders can write. And then I also included a bunch of first and second person that I inserted. So I'm just going to show you how to take that out. So this says, did you know 7 out of 10 students have cheated at least once in the past year? Already they're starting out with the question. The way we can get this you, which isn't allowed, is to just say it as a fact. So 7 out of 10 students have cheated at least once in the past year. Did you know 50% of those students have cheated more than twice? Again, we have that question and we have this you, which is not allowed. So I'm just going to say 50% of those students have cheated more than twice. Already, this paper is conveying a more objective tone. These shocking statistics are from a survey of 9,000 US high school students. That sentence is good. I believe we need to fix education. So right here is kind of their thesis, but what we need to do is we have I and we have we, which aren't allowed. So instead you could say education needs fixing or something like that. Incredibly, teachers may even be encouraging their students to cheat. Last year at a school in Detroit that I researched. So they're saying that they researched about the school in Detroit. If you're writing it in your paper, we can assume that you researched it. You don't need to say that you researched it. So we can just take that out. Last year at a school in Detroit, teachers allegedly provided their students with answers to statewide standard tests. Students at the school told investigators that they were promised pizza and money if they cheated on the test as told. Similar allegations at several schools in San Diego County have prompted investigation. A student at a local high school says she sees students cheating on almost every test and the teachers don't do anything about it. So far all of that was good, but then they go to this we. So they're doing really good over here. We need to find a solution to fix this. You could say a solution is needed to fix the problem, something like that. And again, that's just taking out that we. There's a lot of other things you could do as well. Like you could say educators need to come up with a solution. Or if it's talking about like the US as a whole, US citizens, you could say, anyone involved in academics. I'm going to go with students and teachers. So it's not like there's just this one size fits all. There's tons of different things. You just have to think, what we am I talking about? Because you're probably not actually talking about you and the person who's reading your essay. Students I've talked to at our school often claim that they're tempted to cheat because of peer pressure and intense competition to get top grades. So I'm just going to say students instead of students I've talked to at our school. Many of us also say that their parents are setting a bad example by fudging on income taxes, lying about age to pay lower admission prices, or cheating their way out of a speeding ticket. Naughty parents. But what we need to do is, instead of saying many of us, we could even just say many also say, because we already talked about students here, but you could say many students or many children, something like that. All right, so that sentence is good. You are sending a message to us that it is okay to cheat and lie. Who is the you? If we come up here, we're talking about like authority figures or parents. So I'm going to say parents are sending a message to us. Who is us? Is the person talking? It's a kid. That it is okay to cheat and lie. We need to find a solution to our problem, even if it is difficult. I could just say the solution is difficult, but very needed. You could assign each student different problems on their test papers. You is talking about teachers, so I could say a teacher could assign each student different problems on their papers, so it's useless to look at someone else's answers. You could also randomly mix the problems throughout the page. You could say they, because we already introduced teacher here, so they could also randomly mix the problems throughout the page. Another solution is for adults to lower their expectations of us. There's that us again. She's really probably talking about students. Chances are we believe cheating is the only way to meet your unreasonably high expectations. We have this we have this your. So chances are kids or children or students believe cheating is the only way to meet. We can just even take that out. Unreasonably high expectations. Perhaps it is time to seriously examine whether higher test results are important enough to encourage cheating. Cool. So we've done all of that. And then usually what I like to do at the very end is you can go ahead and push Control and then F and look for any of the words that you wonder if maybe you've been using. So if I'm not sure if I took out all the we's, I can do this. It says 0. Oh, hold on. 6. So I go up here, lower, we're good, answers, lower, we're answers. Cool, so we're good. And you can go through each one of those and look for them. And yeah, that's how you do it. So if you have any questions, let me know. But hopefully that was helpful for you guys who are struggling with first and second person.